Hey guys, my name is Sai, and today I'm going to review Vacation. Alright, so basically this movie is a sort of sequel, sort of soft reboot of the original National Lampoon's Vacation series, in that it acknowledges that the old series existed and that the main character, played by Ed Helms, is related to Chevy Chase's character in the Vacation movie, but it doesn't really directly relate to it. It's just it's its own thing. Ed Helms' character says in the movie itself, as a sort of shout out, it's the kids ask, "I haven't heard of the original Vacation," and Ed Helms says, "It doesn't matter. This is going to be its own original thing that'll be able to stand up on its own." And I thought it was hilarious. I thought it really could stand up on its own. I felt it was somewhat relatable in that every family has struggles, but they're not all struggles. Like Ed Helms and Christina Applegate, who play a married couple, they had a decent marriage, but they did have some fights, but it wasn't all peachy, which is why the Vacation even happens. Like I said before, I thought this movie was really funny. It was constant laugh. There was not a period of more than 5 minutes where I did not laugh at least once, and there were even a few really bust out laughing moments where I just couldn't hold it back. I almost died. Honestly, I haven't seen all of Ed Helms' works, and I won't pretend to have done so, but I thought it was one of his better performances, comedy-wise. Like, it was right up there with his performance in Hangover. He just made me laugh with everything he said. His character was a little bit unrealistic, not because of how he acted as a father, but because of how naive he was. In today's society, I believe that there wouldn't really be any chance of him not knowing some of the things that he didn't know in that movie. But otherwise, he was hilarious. Just as an example of some of the things that he didn't know that he really should have known, is that at a few points in the movie, his sons ask him some sexually related questions, like what some things are, and he almost without hesitation tries to explain them, but Christina Applegate's character, his wife, stops him. And at another point, his son asks him, when they're having a birds and the bees talk moment, his son asks him, "Well, the only question I really have is, what's a rim job?" And Ed Helms honestly doesn't know, and he just comes to the conclusion, it's when you kiss with your mouth closed because you're using the rims of your lips. And I'm just like, no, I'm sorry, that's too far. I wish I didn't know what a rim job is. There's no way you don't. The children were hilarious. It did this thing. It was kind of opposite of what it usually does, where the younger brother bullies the older one, and that becomes a mini subplot line in the story, although albeit not the most interesting one. But it did come with its own laugh. Some of them were really funny. Christina's Applegate's character, she was pretty funny too, but if I had to compare her to the others, her performance was probably the least funny, but that doesn't mean it wasn't funny at all. She still made me laugh multiple times throughout the movie, especially when they visit their old college and she has to get drunk and do an obstacle course. That part, one of the best vomit scenes I've ever seen in a movie in my entire life. And that normally that stuff grosses me out, but I found it so funny here. As far as the acting goes in this movie, it's okay. It's not amazing. Ed Helms' character, like I said before, was pretty unrealistic, and I feel that really reflected in his acting. But like I've said in previous reviews, if you go into a comedy movie expecting amazing acting, it's your own damn fault when you come out disappointed. It makes no sense why you would expect that from a movie like this that literally advertises itself as not focusing on that. It focuses on trying to make you laugh, and that's exactly what this movie did. It made me laugh a lot. It wasn't the funniest movie I've ever seen in my life, but it was pretty damn funny. I was laughing a lot. And I know a lot of people are probably thinking that since this is a sequel to a very old movie, like 30 years old, you're probably thinking, oh, this will only be funny if I've seen the old movies. But honestly, I don't think that's the case. It makes a few shout outs to the old movie, but like Ed Helms' character says himself in the movie, it could stand up on its own, and that it's funny anyway. And a lot of the humor is gross out humor, but it's not like it tries to hide that. If you see the trailer, they swim in a lake of poop and waste products, but it doesn't hide that. If you don't like that kind of humor, then you may not like this movie. But it does have a lot of other humor. For example, there's the whole family humor where it does a lot of jokes within their own family that while being a little bit unrealistically huge, it's still somewhat relatable, like how the brothers fight all the time and how sometimes the wife ogles the Ed Helms' sister's husband, and played by Chris Hemsworth, who does a hilarious job. Speaking of which, Chris Hemsworth, hardly known for his comedy roles, but in this movie, for the all of the 7 to 10 minutes he was part of it, he was hilarious. 90% of the words he spouted made me laugh, and some he didn't even need to say words. Sometimes, literally, there was one point, I won't spoil it because it's great when it's just a surprise. Literally, he just stands there, and I'm dying of laughter. Everyone in the theater was dying of laughter. It was just great. All in all, I feel it felt like a National Lampoon movie. Not exactly like one. A lot of bits since it's rated R, felt a bit raunchier than a National Lampoon movie would usually be. But otherwise, it was really funny, guys. The critic reviews are at 26% right now, but I'm pretty sure this is just another case of critics going in with unreasonable expectations from a comedy movie. Stop expecting Shakespeare. It's not Shakespeare. It never wanted to be Shakespeare. That's not what it's about. But that's getting off topic a little bit. I don't really have anything else to say about this movie. It was really funny. I feel like it paid a decent homage to the original National Lampoon movies, although it's not such an homage that you can't enjoy it without having seen or even heard of those movies, or haven't even heard of Chevy Chase, who's also in the movie, by the way. Ironically, probably the least funny part of the movie, but still. Yeah, I definitely recommend it if you like this kind of movie. Watch the trailer, see if it's the brand of humor that you tend to enjoy, and then decide on watching it at that point. Don't just assume it's not going to be funny for everyone. I'm not pretending that it's funny for everyone, but if you think it's your type of comedy, the type that you enjoy, I enjoy all types. If you think it's the type you enjoy, then go see it. You'll probably love it. I think it was hilarious. Okay, guys, that's it. Peace out.